Hey, Good Fox here. Today I got a video on Diamond Dynasty and MLB The Show 18. Everything we know so far. Well, maybe not everything because I covered a bunch in the trailer breakdown that I'm not going to touch in here that they also went over in their stream on Friday. But basically, this is a sum up of what we know from that stream and other places. But let's go through. I took a bunch of screenshots. This is the Babe Ruth stats. The Bambino. Anyways, these immortal stats are basically from the best years of every single year of their career. So it's not just like 1 year, like they have flashback cards that are just 1 year. These immortals are their best possible Frankenstein iteration. And I think they said even that Frankenstein is what they called these guys at first when they were doing them up. But let's, before, I don't have any slides for a couple notes that I got here. They rewrote the server code for 18, so sacrifices needed to be made. The first thing they sacrificed to the server god was online franchise. So apparently it wasn't high priority, something us Madden players have heard said for years about our neglected mode. So franchise, you do not look like you're going to be very happy with this year's game. Rip to you, Diamond Dynasty. I guess it's your benefit. It's too bad another mode's kind of going this way. I do feel they are really going down the Madden style. And even though they said in their game that packs aren't a central focus of their game, just wait till upper management sees the revenue they can get from all these packs. Then in a couple years, you'll be right there where Madden is in 18. So second sacrifice that was had this year, that server technology, was that we still don't have multiple lineups in Diamond Dynasty. Really annoying because sometimes when you're grinding stuff and you want to play like a quick game of Diamond Dynasty, you got to go from your grinding squad to your Diamond Dynasty like best squad, and I don't know, or to your online squad. So it's kind of annoying that way. For some reason they don't have that technology. I don't know why. But it's something they just gave an excuse on. It was the servers. So that seems like the boogeyman this year for not going to do a lot of stuff. But let's get into the game. This is something I might do another video on. Fielding is going to matter more in 18. So it's going to be pretty... I like that it's balanced that way. You can't just get a bunch of poor fielders out there. And because they won't make as many good plays, you won't get as many good outs. So you're definitely going to be sacrificing something by not having good fielders out there this year. Here are the Babe Ruth stats. As you can see, pretty decently. You can see the changes to the... Can you see? Yeah, you can. Oh, look at that. Okay, so it does show up at the top. That's weird. The hitting also gets an overall, and the fielding gets an overall. So the overalls kind of changed this year because they can go over 99 on stats. They can go up to 125. They had to like basically lower the overalls. So like a 125 would be, well, obviously you see the 121 here, but your overall's not going to go over 99. It looks like it's like they didn't throw back to Madden 15 and so on. But we'll see if these stats actually matter. Ramon on the stream said 99 last year is 99 this year. So at 125, the ball just going to go farther with more power. We'll see if that's true. Madden said that the same thing, and then it got exposed by tests. So that might be something we want to look at and going forward. I bet you it is true. I'm not going to call them liars, but something we definitely want to test. And that all plays in the overall formula. So anyways, with that overall promo, as you guys saw, that was one of my, these are all pictures. That was one of my thumbnails I had a little bit back. So with that, the overalls, because Live Series, guys, there's no Live Series 99 overalls off the bat. Mike Trout is lower than that. They lowered the diamond threshold 1 so they can kind of do what Madden did and clickbait us with packs and say, oh, guaranteed diamond. So they can offer more guaranteed diamond packs, so 85 and up. And basically, that's because I think all the Live Series cards will be lower overalls. So that happened. The golds are only 5 range. I don't like this. They should have made like diamond 95 to 99 and then like 85 to 95 elite. So when elite, gold, silver, bronze, and then diamond up top. But you know, it's their game, not mine. It's just silly that there's only 4 overall here, 4 overall here, 14. It just, I don't know. So regardless, let's move on. Next one, Barry Larkin stats. Let's go through his 92 last year versus 89 this year. If you look at these stats, like 110 versus 98 on contact. So they juiced him up a little bit, but they also decreased him elsewhere. So it's not just like I keep using the word clickbait. It's not just like they're just increasing all the stats to make it look cooler. Some of these stats got decreased. And yeah, so we'll see how this plays out. But it's, I guess, interesting. Larkin and whatnot. Moving on. So what interesting thing about the pitcher cards here is that they switched and now they have the actual velocities on the card, which is a huge. You need to go to Daddy Leagues last year or watch them in game to get the actual velocities on their cards. So he's at 97, 96, and he's at velocity 96. So a 97 mile per hour fastball. They do calculate in the knuckle curve into that 96 velocity, but no longer will we have to rely on an inaccurate velocity score here. We can actually see the speed of their pitches right off the bat. So, yeah, pretty nice. I like it. And everything else looks pretty similar. The overall went down too because the new overall system, like I said, they're going to be lower. So as to tell what goes up to 125 on the batters, it is, like we saw with Ruth, these ones. Bunt does not go up. Durability does not go over 99. Speed does not go over 99. And fielding doesn't go over 99. But the contact, power, vision, discipline, batting clutch does. For the pitchers, what goes over 99? Stamina. Stamina. I say that wrong a lot and get a lot of crap. The per nines go over 99. The pitching clutch goes over 99. The rest of them, so these are per nines. These go over 99. Can you see my? Yeah, you can. These ones do not go over 99. So these ones stay where they are. Velocity, break, control. All right, next slide. Vladimir Guerrero stats. Again, an accumulation of his best years of all time. Again, in those individual stats. Arm strength 99. Of course he has an arm strength 99. So also speed got changed this year. Now speed is no longer based on like what they'd like stolen bases and triples in the past. They have MLB advanced stats. That's more for like live series players, for like Guerrero, Ruth, and all the other guys. They'll have to use their old formula, I'm guessing, since they can't go back in time and get advanced stats unless they've really advanced their server technology this past year. Quirks are down the line a little bit. So they also said the best cards in Diamond Dynasty cannot be purchased from the market. Like these Immortals that I'm talking about, these only can be acquired through missions. Once again, these high-end guys are acquired through missions. Let me come back to it. So here's Bob Gibson stats. We'll come. Let's go to the PCI since I have it here. I don't want to pass it over and forget about it. So here's what they have. This is basically your contact PCI. So the higher your contact, higher your vision, the bigger this PCI is going to be. It's 50-50. So you want them both very high to get a high PCI. And then on top of that, you also want power. Weak power, this is what's going to happen to you. Average, and then if you get, Babe Ruth power, this will be even better. But, like, they'll have a line drive here, medium fly, high. So this high fly will probably go out of the park even. So Ruth looks deadly, of course, and then pop up if you completely miss it. So high flies with a weak power guy is just going to caught easily. Medium flies, probably caught easy. So you really want to hit the line drives and maybe hard grounders if you have, or as a like a speedster, if you have weak, you want to be hitting over the ball, like normal. I mean, that's baseball. You guys know that. Hopefully, line drive average. So there it is. Pretty interesting graphic. I like that they put this out and laid it out there for us to show where on each PCI you hit for what kind of hit you have. Basically, it makes sense. You hit over the ball, you're gonna hit it down. All right, let's move on. Bob Gibson stats. So velocity's over here. So he still is a four-seamer at 97 mile per hour, but his velocity's 96. Nice. Okay, that makes sense because Kimbrel's was the same. 97 mile per hour fastball. Slider 89, sinker, curve, changeup. He's got an amazing repertoire. This card is going to be glitchy. So, and he can go deep into a game with stamina. I think they said no live series guys go over 199 stamina. So here's the missions to unlock the Immortals. They end up being missions just like last year to get a lot of stuff. They said they based it off of playoff missions, and I quit Diamond Dynasty before the playoffs last year. I've just been recently playing a little bit more, get my swing back and so on and so forth. I'll come back to quirks. And so you won't have to collect. What's great about these missions is you're not going to have to collect a lot of these missions to fill out the team epics. And you're going to look from the sound of the stream, you're going to need to do the team epic or the epics at their positions in order to get these guys unlocked at the immortal position. So you need to do each second base player epic to get Jackie Robinson's immortal epic. And then like I'm just scrolling through the mission. These are the rewards you get. The bobbleheads are essentially useless. You can trade them in, I guess, but they're just basically to look at. These uniforms are not in game. You can't wear these. These are just things to put in your collection and stare at. Whatever. They're going on the Madden thing with collectibles. Pretty dumb. So yeah, because you can only have custom jerseys in Diamond Dynasty. All right, next up, we got Elber Bell as a legend, Mike Piazza as a legend. Nice, nice. Here's the quirks that we were talking about. So quirks for Immortals are only quirks that do not affect gameplay. They only are based on stats. So if you have high power, you excel at hitting home runs. But this doesn't actually give you anything. This doesn't boost your batting when on a 2-strike count, something like that, like the Joey Votto, like or some of the other quirks that they have in game that actually do provide in-game bonuses. Those are only for live series. So that's one thing that helps actually even the playing field for live series to make even with these immortal cards, these legends, these Hall of Famers. Here's you see they got horizontal cards this year in the game. That's fine. It's not a huge thing. It's just you gotta tilt your head a little bit and get a little crick in the neck. Immortals, are they going to be in Battle Royale drafts? They haven't decided yet, SDS. So send them your feedback. If you like playing drafts a lot, I'm sure you'll want Immortals there. If you don't like drafts, then, well, you probably want to hate on other people and say no. So, oh yeah, so for Dobby, you have to finish all the player epics in center field. Yeah, so basically, I already said that. Conquest. Sorry, Conquest is coming back. I don't know if I clipped Conquest. I just made that note, though. So Conquest is back because it's got a mission. They haven't fleshed it out. Standard packs are back. Standard packs are back. They don't view packs as essential to Diamond Dynasty. I said that. Create a player now has branching paths, and now so now you have both the position to choose and the archetype for that position, like contact, power, balance, speed, and fielding for these different. So this catcher, decision 1 is contact. You can take a contact focus. You can look at the stats there for that contact focus. Or you can go power focus. I guess I only took 2 screenshots of it. Basically, it is exactly what it says. You see over here where the different paths are branching. You can go down this path, so on and so forth. So I think it's a good way. I don't know what you guys thought on Creative Player is. I think it's a good way of balancing it out versus last year, because last year it was, I don't know, it was kind of boring going against like the best player in the game every single game at catcher. And I prefer Diamond Dynasty Mutt, where they're actual real players or legends. All right, here's in your Creative Player. Now you have the branch pass, and also with the branching pass, you can't go back, so you can't respec your character. I think that's a mistake. I think they got to go the World of Warcraft method and give us points and give us the ability to respec our character, because I just think that's too restrictive and not fun. And of course, there will be equipment again, and equipment can add on to the stats here, so you can easily get this up to power over 100. They said your Creative Player can go over 100. You can create your player in your stance however you want. That create a player that we already knew. Program souvenirs at 100% are required for the Immortals. Did I show like this? Yeah, this program reward. So you get the actual best Bob Gibson here, and then you'll get like the program reward here. And they didn't really get too specific on what the program reward is going to be, but I think it feeds into the Babe Ruth program. And the same thing with like starting pitchers for Gibson and their team epics or player epics. All right, Bell, Piazza, let's go back to it. Create a player. Frank Thomas's stats. So this is his 97 overall. He's got good contact versus lefty, good power versus lefty. Against righty, he's pretty good. And the thing is, it's really weird that the 99 and 95 are as good as 99 and 95 were last year. So, like, is it... I guess it'll balance itself because people's pitchers will be better than last year. So, in the end, it'll balance itself. But, like, wow, live series guys are going to... If it is actually, like, 99 versus... Like, say consider that, like, 75 versus 99. Is that going to be 125 versus 99 now? That's a pretty big difference. So also, did I not clip this? Shoot, I didn't clip it. But basically, they'll have since they're getting rid of like the feeding missions, how they're gonna bring value to lower end cards is there gonna basically be a trade-in set. They said they haven't finalized the numbers yet, but basically 10 common cards for 1 bronze, which is gonna be a ripoff. 10 bronze for 1 silver, that's a little bit better. 10 silver for 1 gold, okay. 10 golds for 1 diamond, I don't think that's gonna help a lot because it's gonna be 1 random diamond. You're just gonna get an 85 overall, and you're gonna hate your life. But yeah, they said the number's not final. I think that's too many for too little. So I think 10 common cards for 1 bronze. I don't think that's a good ratio. It should be 5 to 1. I think Madden's kind of settled on 5 to 1 for badges. But yeah, it's 10 to 1 is math, Madden's any indication. But that's basically diamonds and their overalls died for this set, for that trade-in set. And as you saw from this set. So because maybe the commons actually won't be that. There'll be like 1 or 2 stubs this year because you can't feed them. And you don't need to feed them. So maybe they will. And their value is completely driven by the set. It'll be interesting seeing the market at the start. But that's it for this video. I'll be doing more Diamond Dynasty as we go down the road. So thanks for watching Call to Action. I will see you tomorrow.